Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, we're going to take a good hard look at you, my friends. I'm going to do that with the, you know what? Virgo inspired me here. We're going to use a whole bunch of decks. We're going to start with the archetype deck, the Shadows of the Middle Ages, the Energy Oracle deck, the Tarot. Watch, you won't be as complicated. You're probably not complicated as Virgo. Okay. Love him to death. Love him to death. Okay, Leo. Let's take a look at you, boo. I don't know why I start saying boo. Where am I getting that from? Hey, boo. I feel like a teenager. My son doesn't say that. I don't know where it's coming from. One more shuffle. One more shuffle. Okay, well, it's in the reverse. I can already tell that. Who you are. You're the poet in the shadows. The shadow poet. This is very interesting, isn't it? The shadow poet turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Yeah, I really don't know what's going on in collective. I do not know what's going on. All right. Turns a lyric to a negative or destructive. You know what that reminds me of? That almost reminds me of like someone who finds like some poetry or something. And it's maybe like a beautiful piece of poetry, but you send it off to a friend or you send it off to someone you don't like. And it's almost like it's to be taken in, it's like to be, I don't know, condescending or something. Roses are red, violets are blue. You think I love you, but boo-hoo, no, I don't know. That didn't come out well. Anyways. Okay, the next one, how people perceive you is also in the shadow. It's child eternal. Inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. You know, I have a feeling we're digging into the dark, ugly side of ourselves with these readings. That's okay. Let's go there. Let's see. We all learn from this stuff. You know what? There's so many tarot readings out there right now where they're telling you how wonderful you are. I'm going to tell you what your problems are, okay? So listen. Listen up here, Leo. Who you really are. Well, right now, anyways, you're the poet in the shadow. You can turn a beautiful lyric gift into something negative and destructive. And you don't feel like growing up. Or no, people perceive you as this. When is Leo going to grow up? When are they going to become independent? When are they going to become independent? Maybe you're living with your mom or your dad. I don't know. With the cost of things these days, I'm pretty sure my son won't be living with me ever. So what most people misunderstand about you, now that's in the light. So that's interesting. The part about you that they think they know is wrong, and the part that they think they know is the light. Who is coming to my channel? Because I feel like there's some bad mother effers out there. Okay. Trickster. Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Manipulating others through duplicity. People think that you're playing games, but you're doing it, you know, just to lighten things up a bit. But isn't that interesting? Because it could be like, right, what is this poet in the shadow? To turn a lyric gift. It's almost too like someone who could even write poetry or music or something. Have a gift of that, or the gift of these lyrics, but direct them in a negative way. And I'm going to be honest, people think you're immature. People think you're immature about it or something. Energy could be reversed. This could be someone that you're dealing with. But I'm going to go with it because Virgo had a bit of a heavy energy. But we explored it together. It became very interesting. Okay? And I want to say, though, people kind of think, you're just being silly here, right? When is Leo going to grow up? Just being silly. How does this affect your image? Well, I'm going to say right now, Avenger. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. You have some people fooled here. I'm going to tell you that. They kind of think that you're immature. They think that you're immature. But there's more there. I mean, you're looking like you're trying to make things right. That's what people think. What's your soul's hidden agenda? It's the shadow. Oh my gosh, the priest in the shadow violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Okay, it kind of feels like someone who might have access to people's information or someone's information. Or, like, what would you... Violating the trust of your spiritual community. Seduced by your own role. And what is that role, I wonder? So what should your next move be? Well, it's in the shadow too. Why not? When in Rome, right? When you're in the shadow, just really go in deep. Samaritan. Exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. Oh, this is... Am I catching somebody on a bad day? I feel like I'm catching y'all on a bad day or something. Okay? Because this is like, I'm going to turn this wonderful gift, I'm going to turn it into something negative. Destructive. And then people are thinking, oh, Leo, come on, grow up. Don't be so silly. And you're like, yeah, just making things, you know, just lightening up the mood. That's what people, like, that's the misunderstanding. Just lightening up the mood. But no, you're not. Manipulating others through duplicity. What the hell does duplicity really mean? What does it mean? Like, it feels like duplicate, like no, what is it? What does duplicity mean? Deceitfulness, double dealing. Oh, that was kind of like Duplo, double dealing. He was accused of duplicity and branded a traitor. Playing two sides of a fence, duplicity. Deception by pretending to feel and act one way while feeling and acting another. Very interesting. Very interesting, Leo. Well, we're going to see why. We're going to see why. And we kind of started to see why with Virgo, too. Theirs was, yeah. But it's kind of weird, right? It's like you're fucking around with people, but you want them to thank you for it. You better thank me for this. Artist in the reverse, hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. And then the artist in the shadow, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. It's interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. So now we're going to add the shadows of the Middle Ages. I kind of felt like that. I was like, wow, there's some really interesting shadowy energy coming through. I don't know. Maybe this is where Spirit wants to take it. Spirit's like, no. Let's look at our shadow sides here, y'all. Y'all getting a little too comfortable. Thinking all your work is done. It's not done. All your work not done. Okay. I'm going to pull from this and then I'm going to really dig into it because there's already some kind of ways that this is coming through to me. But I just want to see how this either supports or changes that energy. Who you really are. The Lotus. Peace. Peaceful turning gifts into negative. People perceive you. The Cross. With the child eternal. Inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. Okay, so, okay. There could be, right? You see how we got to do this? There could be something here where you have an extreme responsibility here in your life. Something, the cross overshadows everything in the reading. It's just like some type of energy you have to, you got to hold within the confines that this cross is telling you, or else, like, it's, which is interesting, right? Because that's kind of like feeling as though there are things that you're dependent upon here for your physical security. There could be something that you're doing, like, for your physical security. What most people misunderstand about you. Manipulating others through duplicity. The dragonfly. It's illusions. It's like casting illusions. It is casting illusions, but people think it's just all in good light. It's all in good fun. You know, it's giving me a little bit of a vibe here of like, it reminds me a little bit of, I always go back to my childhood. Growing up in the 70s in the wild. Whereas there's this boy that used to always, oh, he was such a bully. Such a bully. I was so small. I don't know. I couldn't have been, I had to be between the age of 4 and 5. But I remember it. It's like ingrained in my brain. He was such a bully. He lived in the same apartment complex. So whenever I would go out to play, and like, you know, at 4 and 5, we just did. No adults, we just, bloop, gone down the elevator, went out and played at the park, and all sorts of weird people would come up to you and you just learned how to survive. Anyways. It was so, he would be so mean to me. He would be so mean to me. And I know many times my parents had spoken to his parents, like, can you tell him not to play with our daughter? And, but he would threaten me, I'm going to beat you up if you don't go along with what I'm going to do. And he would start to make fun of people. And I remember one instance, and I hated it. I'm like, he's going to beat me up. Do this. And then he had to go inside to go to the bathroom. And these 2 girls that he'd been making fun of on the swings. And I said to them, I told him the whole thing. As soon as he was gone, I told him the whole thing. I said, you don't know, he is so mean. He beats me up. He gives me bloody noses. He jumps on me. He does all things to me. If I'm not mean to you, he's going to beat me up. And they were like, oh my God, that's terrible. I don't remember what happened after that. It just felt like a big confession. There's something here, though. It feels like there's something stopping you from, like, doing the right thing. Almost feels like that. Like something's stopping you from doing the right thing. And there might even be an impression here, right? Like after I told them, they were like, oh, it didn't say him. I'm going to have to tell you that your socks are ugly when he comes back. Because otherwise he's going to beat me up. Yeah, always somebody turns into Piggy, right? Like the Lord of the Flies. He turns into Piggy. So it's almost as if it's all in good fun. It's kind of like that, but I don't know that it's all in good fun, maybe from your perspective, or even, I don't know, if you're doing something against another person. Like it's a weird energy. How this affects your image. The Avenger, it's like, look at you. You have a desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society and oneself. I'm not really sure how that got, but maybe because it's like, well, I have this heavy responsibility here. I have this heavy responsibility. People perceive this. It's going to be difficult to ever have freedom beyond that responsibility. So maybe you're trying to find fun, or you're trying to find something through like these, you're trying to find little cracks through what almost feels like a big solid door. And you can't go past that. And it's almost like, are these the little tiny cracks where I can kind of express myself or have fun or do something here? So Avenger woman, a woman Avenger, or maybe you want to avenge women. This affects your image. Avenging, it does have this feeling like avenging women. Avenging women. Maybe somehow you want to avenge women. Like, maybe what that may, okay. Oh, that's interesting. It's because, right, like this is what I'm trying to figure out here. You're doing something destructive with words or rhymes or poetry or whatever. But yet you have the lotus with it. So it's kind of like creating peace. But it's like disrupting peace to create peace. Like dismantling something so that now it can become peaceful. You know, like some of you could be involved in women's rights in some way. There could be a woman in your life who you want to kind of like help balance the scales of justice in her favor. If you're a woman, maybe this is about you. The thing is here, you're not, this isn't just light and fluffy fun here. Whatever it is that you're doing, which, I don't know, with this lyric thing. It's like there's an intention here to manipulate. You are playing two sides. Why? I don't know why, but okay. Well, what's your hidden agenda here? It's to violate the trust of your spiritual community. Seduced by your own role. What do you get with that? Fire. Ooh, Leo. Fire. That's got like one of those, this card talks about, you know, the power of fire, the positive power of fire. But you also have to be careful with the negative power of fire. That can come back to burn you. Your hidden agenda is almost like to burn something down. A little bit of creepy energy here. Samaritan. What should your next move be? Samaritan. Okay, this is like, I expect you to appreciate what I'm doing here for you. It's an odd energy, like it doesn't feel like Leo. Well, the Leos I know. I don't know. Magnifier. Okay, magnifying, exacting appreciation or recognition for the help you offer. I mean, it could be looking, you could be dealing with someone and this person is expecting, you know what, you need to say thank you every time I do this for you. Or what we're looking at. It could even be like really analyzing how to get someone to appreciate what you're doing. How to get someone to appreciate what you're doing. I mean, this is what Spirit is guiding you to do too, which is interesting. It's like, what should your next move be? How to get someone, how to really understand how someone can appreciate what you're doing. I wonder what you're doing. That's the thing. What are you doing? What is Leo doing? Like what? They're up to something. I will say that. It's like Leo is up to something. But what are they up to? The lighthouse. The lighthouse. So avoid the rocks and follow the light. The mill. I mean, this is the rewards for your good work. Let's just look at the fire. The fire. It's your soul's hidden agenda. Violating the trust of your spiritual community. Seduced by your own spiritual role. 108. Fire symbolizes a fertilizing, purifying, and illuminating action, but also destruction. It is associated with the flames of hell, devouring but not annihilating. It is a symbol of torment and punishment. However, above all, it is a sacred symbol of the hearth. Fire brings comfort, nourishment, and protection. Fire is the primary driving force of instinct, spirit, thought, and intellect, compelling us to move forward, believe, hope, and defend our convictions. The main driving force of fire is ambition. Fire brings ardor, impatience, carelessness, self-assurance, impulsiveness, fervor, audacity, courage, and militancy. Some people might even perceive you as, but the shadow. Okay. Some people might perceive you as someone who carries a lot of weighted authority here and maybe wants others to be dependent on you. Well, it's the Energy Oracle deck. Let's keep going. I said there was going to be layers to this. There is. All right. Who Leo really is. It's almost like peace and destruction. Okay, walking away, who you are. Oh, well, maybe you're walking away from this behavior. Or maybe you're walking away from someone who has this behavior, right? I don't know. I don't want to say, because this is going out to the world. I don't want to say that there aren't people that are behaving like this. Walking away. That's who you are. You're walking away. You're finding peace. I want to say too, okay, so one of the things I was getting with turns a lyric gift gift to negative or destructive effect. I wanted to say this could be being in a bit of a negative mindset, right? It's seeing the negative in things instead of seeing the positive. But, you know, with the walking away, I mean, I want to say that you're walking away from that energy. Maybe being a bit of a negative mindset. How people perceive you. Child eternal shadow and the cross. The fourth chakra. There's something here that you depend on. It's either that you depend on, like people see this, or it's a part of how what their perception is of you. And it's either you love this. Okay, well, let me read the cross for you so you understand. Like, cross is pretty heavy energy. The cross card represents challenges, burdens, and a sense of destiny. It signifies the presence of difficult or significant life experiences that carry spiritual or emotional weight. This card often indicates the need for perseverance, faith, and acceptance of one's circumstances. It suggests that through facing the transcending challenges, personal growth and spiritual transformation can be achieved. Go through the life lesson, no matter how difficult it may be. Do not despair and keep the faith. The cross is a very powerful card that casts its shadow over the entire spread. Okay, right? And this is how people perceive you. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I feel like part of this reading is that I am picking up the energy of somebody here who is trying to manipulate other people. And they are doing that by possibly utilizing things that have already been written. And they could be songs, they could be poems, but there's a negative reason for doing this. Maybe this person is walking away from doing that. This person casts a shadow. This person may be dependent on others. This person may be very dependent on their physical security for something. Like, this almost has a feeling to me of someone who's lost all of their sense of power. So they're trying, how can they find it? How can they find a sense of power here? And it's destructive. This person is trying to be destructive. Let's not mince words anymore. This person is trying to be destructive. If this person is in any sort of a community or something, I want to say they could even be trying to break down what this is. It could also even have the feeling of someone like, let's say someone who's involved in a church or a religion of some type. And they're completely dependent on this. So what do they want to do? They want to break it down. If I'm dependent on this, I want to destroy it because I want to escape it. Right? Because, so this person could be acting up. This person could be acting up. This person could be doing some things and people are like, you know what? You know, they're just lightening the mood. No, because that's the part that's misunderstood here. So people think that this is just, you know, getting over stuffy conventional behavior. You know, particularly too if it's like in a church environment, let's say, because it would be, you know, it does look kind of stuffy and dark and gloomy, but no, this is to manipulate. By acting like I'm part of this group, but I am not part of this group. That's the other way that this comes across. I think that there's somebody trying to infiltrate certain spiritual groups here, or possibly a religious group. This is not necessarily your energy, but it could be. And this person is definitely pretending that they're part of the group, but they're not. They may have been part of the group at one time. Like, you know, like if I'm part of this church group or I'm part of this, but no, not anymore. This person's intention is to manipulate others. But people think they're just having a good time. No, they have an intention here. They truly do have an intention. Because this person really does intend to, right? Like fire destroys here. They're violating the trust of the spiritual community. And they're I want to say they're probably doing it in some way, and just to some degree here, and it's making them feel powerful. Maybe this is who you're walking away from. You're walking away from this person. Because this person isn't going to pave anything good for themselves with this energy, right? Let's be honest. And people perceive them as having a love for whatever this is. Goddess of the Moon, what people misunderstand about them. Okay, going with insights from their inner soul, but yet they're actually taking something else. This is not insights from their own inner soul. Because it feels like they're utilizing something to make it destructive. They're utilizing something to make it destructive. People see them as, I don't know, it's weird. Like, it's got this energy, like, it's just, it almost feels like supporting women's rights in some way. But what? Get out of town. Woman holding a coin, right? I wonder, could this... Because you have two symbols of women there. That's uncanny. It even says woman twice on both of these cards. Avenging, to balance the scales of justice for women or a woman. There's also a kind of a weird energy that starts coming with this too now, where it's almost like someone who could have a great admiration for someone, or a deep love or affection. Sorry, my doorbell keeps going off. Where was I? I was, okay. I think if I remember correctly, I feel like there's something going on here where someone here is trying to bring some type of justice to possibly a woman or a woman's cause. That's what I get from this. It takes a while to really dig it out, like scoop it out. But what's interesting though is walking away. And it's a woman, like walking away. I can't help but feel like that, like there's a part of me that wants to... I want to say, like, it's funny, this was in one of the Leaper reading. It was like giving someone the benefit of the doubt. I feel like I keep trying to do this in this reading. I keep trying to give the benefit of the doubt to someone here. But that's interesting because it's an image, and let's be quite honest, the thing that people are not understanding about this person is that they're actually trying to manipulate other people. They might be coming off, or they may have used this manipulation to around the guise of like women's rights, or I don't know, maybe like if we're talking about the church, it could be like elevating women or giving them greater status in religious circles or something like that. But like this is walking out, but there's walking away here. So yeah, is this you? Is this someone you're dealing with? It's supposed to be you. So no. All right. Your soul's hidden agenda. I keep saying you because you're reading. Is this shadow violating the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role, and fire, burning it all up. Like this is like burning it all up. Yin and yang is to bring balance here. Gosh, it's almost like someone, right? Like it feels like someone who was in something. It feels like a person who is involved in a group. Like they're in it. I don't know. The best way I can describe it is like too a spiritual like priest. Maybe it is a religious order. Like some type of religion. Because it's like this, I want to say it's almost as if this person was in it and they were supporting it and now they're not. And I'm not. I elevated, now I bring it down, right? Like there's balance, yin and yang. You're going to be active, inactive. What are you going to do here? If I bring something up, then the next thing I want to do is I want to bring it down. There's a bit of an energy here of, oh, what is that? Oh my God, it's crazy how that stuff comes in. It came out... in a reading years ago. Why do I feel like I'm feeling Virgo from it, which is funny because I just did them. And their reading had a bit of a heavy energy, but it had something to do with diving full on into something. I'm going to dive full on into this. I'm going to absorb as much of it as I can. I'm going to believe every aspect of it. I live this. It's me. Like, right? It's almost like if you become, I'm going to become a Buddhist. Well, I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm going to become a Buddhist. And you take on everything about it. Everything. Like, you live, breathe, drink, eat it for years. And then something happens. And it's like, I don't believe in this anymore. Right? Like, maybe there's something, or this isn't the right path. What's going on? So it's like, no, I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down. Okay, now this is interesting though. Okay, this is interesting because we get the lighthouse there. So this is making me feel like, this is almost like someone who wants to cause problems so other people will see them as the light. Want to cause problems so you'll go to me as the light. You know, there's the other thing that I pick up about this that's kind of interesting too. It gives me a little bit of that occult vibe. It gives me a little bit of an occult vibe here. Your next move. I don't know if I'm talking to an occult leader or what. I really don't know. Is the beast people better damn well appreciate what you're doing. What the fuck? Oh, okay. What's the card that comes out? Broken heart. But the magnifier's here. Looking at the details, looking at all the little tiny details, analyzing something. It's almost like, oh my God, right? What did I say? Like, cause the destruction, create the rocks so that you can shine the light. I'm going to create the rocks so that you can shine the light. And then your next, is this like somebody's life purpose? Because it's weird, right? That like this is the advice that's coming through is very odd to me because it's almost like, look where the pain is, look where the boo-boo is, look where the ouchie is. Maybe Spirit wants you to do that. See where the ouch is and they'll thank you for it. Not funny. See where the ouch is and they'll thank you for it. I feel like I'm reading for an occult leader. For women. I don't know. The Magician in the Mirror, knowing and using your true power, Leo. Well, I tell you, something. Oh, we haven't even done tarot. I really do feel like I'm reading for an occult leader for women or something. All right, let's see. See where the pain is. See where their pain is. I don't know. And make sure they thank you. The Seven of Wands. Who you really are. God, you're complicated. The Poet in the Shadow. The Lotus. The Walking Away. Yeah, I think you're not only walking away, but you're like, don't touch me. Don't come at me. You know how I said it's like you take on something wholly and fully, you live it, you dive into it, you live and breathe, you drink it, you eat it, and then you suddenly revolt against it. It's almost like, you know, people who are recovering alcoholics or recovering nicotine addicts or something like that. And it's like, no, I won't be around anyone who's smoking. I won't be around anyone who's drinking. Like, it's got like that, no, that was me. It's not me now. And I'll take it all down. All right. How most people perceive you? The Ten of Cups. Come, hold my hand, child. What the hell is this? Am I picking up some sort of collective? Is there a Leo out there that is like an occult leader? What am I picking up? Like, come into my, come in, child. Come. But I'm not, the thing that's bothering me about this is I do feel like this person like pretends that they're doing something to help women. Or they usually just want women to give them blowjobs and have sex with them. Most male occult leaders, that's pretty much where it always goes. I think 100% of the time. Don't go there. Don't go to one. That's what they want. It's a weird energy, man. Okay, the other thing I want to say is it almost like maybe trying to stop women from walking away. I feel like I'm picking up something here. Like something going on. That there's an occult that's been started by a Leo. Someone who has a strong Leo placement. And right, people think that this person is just, maybe this is even, okay, so here's a hint. Is this someone who is like taking on sort of like certain aspects of like Christianity or an already existing religion? But I'm going to take the stuffiness out of it. But it's almost like people are going to think I'm taking the stuffiness out of it. But what I'm actually doing, as I'm playing two sides, I'm making you think that I'm doing that, but I'm not. Right? It kind of even feels, it could be somebody combining like New Age with religion. New Age with religion. I mean, you can do that. But if you're starting an occult and trying to manipulate people, I don't know. This doesn't feel right. So people misunderstand about them. The world. This is creepy. What am I picking up on? Right? Like, look at it. It's like watching the children. Watching the child? It's about the children. I think I put something out there to Spirit the other day. I should have been prepared. I was just thinking it, though. I wasn't really voicing it. I was thinking to myself, I hadn't had any, like, what do you call them? Public service announcement readings in a while. This is feeling like a public service announcement. And I want to say too, like, there could be, this person is using religion, okay? Like, you know, I feel like the Bible is full of all sorts of stuff. Some of it is true and some of it is not. It's like everything that you read. But it's kind of up to you to discern it. But also, you know, the powers to be also don't want you to know all the truth. But the truth is often in plain sight. But it's also masked by deceit. But it's almost like this person would take maybe things that are actually really good, but twist them around to be negative. The image, okay, right? This person's, the Two of Cups. I'm not liking this at all, right? With the two women, avenging, balancing the scales of justice here. For women, this is so specific. This feels like somebody who's starting some type of a new occult, and they're making it look like or sound like that this is to help elevate women. Maybe in religious circles or maybe just in society. But they want to burn it all down. Right? It's like, I feel just like you do. Really? Yeah, I do. I feel the same way. I know. Are you suppressed? I know. I feel... Okay. The hidden agenda here. The Four of Swords. Healing the fire. I'm telling you though, it's like they want to cause pain so that they can be the healer. That's narcissistic. Say, that seems kind of narcissistic. I think most occult leaders are. Well, I think they all are. I think most leaders are. Anyways. What is their next move? Well, I'm saying it now that, like, what is their next move? They're going to see where the ouchie is. I want to see where you hurt. And I'm going to fix it so you thank me. Temperance. I don't know. I thought it was a big lead up to that. Temperance. Patience. Alchemization. Higher knowing. What else do we have with that? The Queen of Swords. The Seven of Cups. Oh. No. See? This is like, I want to understand so I can confuse. I want to understand you so I can confuse you. And then when you become confused, I can give you the solution. I'm going to feed you the poison because I have the antidote and I'll look like the hero. That's a really different energy. The Magician and the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands, yada, yada, yada. It's like a whole thing on the underline. This person might come with a bird in their hand. I don't know. Well, I'm going to go to the extended. So if this resonates and you feel like it's you, or it's someone that you're dealing with. So I'm going to ask what you really need to know about yourself, what you don't see about yourself, and what your truest path is. I think it's this energy that I'm reading, so we'll see where that goes. Thank you very much, Leo. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. Bye.